EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to upstate New York and Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park. Final dress rehearsal before the regular season gets started in a couple of weeks' time. And off we go here in the NFL preseason finale. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. First and 10. Daniels starts with a pass. This one into the hands of Powell. That's the way to get started. A pickup of 17 and a very quick first down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Daniels now on first down. To the right side here, pass is caught. Second down and 3. First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And he will lose yardage on the play. They knock him back to midfield.
You have to wonder if next time does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play. It was clear before the ball was snapped. This was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
Third and short, and it's Daniels. And that is incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on fourth down. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And he will have that first down. Taking a chance here early in the game, but they convert on fourth down. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Ready up. Here we go. Set. Go.
Keep it in the air. Here's Daniels. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. 20-yard pickup there. First down, Washington. Throwing again, Daniels. He's got it at the 7. And he's into the end zone. Jawan Johnson, touchdown Commanders. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. Here's 1st and 10.
Middle.
That's Palmer, the man in motion.
Look out.
Throwing right away is Allen. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Now the first carry for the younger Cook brother. This is James Cook. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Now Allen on 1st down. That's taken in. It's James Cook. And he's not going to get too far. Tackled after a gain of just a yard. Allen going to give it to Cook. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Alert! Look out!
On 3rd down, it's Josh Allen. He's got his man. That's Kincaid. A gain there of 16 yards. Good for a Bills 1st down.
Alert! Half. 56. Middle.
They'll run the toss with Cook. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. And movement up front. And that's our first time tonight to check in with our referee.
Regular.
To throw is Allen. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a 3rd down.
It's hard to play that ball any better than the way that defender did right there. I mean, to stay patient throughout the entire play and make sure that not only are you in prime position to make it, but then once the ball is there, attack it, knock it down, and save a touchdown.
And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line.
Alert!
A run up the middle with Cook. And a nice gain there on 1st down. He takes it forward for 8 yards.
Half.
Once again, it's Cook. And it doesn't appear that he got to that 1st down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down. He'll try and run here with Cook. And it looks like he's going to have enough for the 1st down. Yes, he does. 1st and goal coming up.
5 wide. Middle. Look out.
So now they'll throw it with Allen. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Line of scrimmage remains the 4-yard line. It's 2nd and goal.
All 52. Regular. Ready, set.
On the carry, it's Cook. And he will dive into the end zone. James Cook, touchdown, Bills. Haversick, good with the extra point. And the Bills come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. This gonna be returned from right around the goal line. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. Catch made right side, it's Johnson. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Here's 2nd and 2. Daniels now going to look to throw. Now he takes off. A gain there of 23 yards. Good for a Commander's 1st down.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on the big scramble. He's able to pick up the 1st down and keep the drive alive.
He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing now. Daniels. Quick throw, taken in. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. He's going to find his receiver. It's Robinson. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Daniels gonna throw again.
You have to admire when quarterbacks are willing to put their head down and fight for some extra yardage, Mike. And sometimes the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Get down, protect yourself, live to play another snap.
One quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. All even on the scoreboard. They face second down and 7. They'll throw with Daniels. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Here's 3rd and 7. Now Daniels. That's McLaurin open on the left side. And he's got the first down. A great job looking at engaging where the marker is and getting there to set up 1st and goal. To throw is Daniels. This one caught at the 4. And he will score. Brian Robinson. Touchdown, Washington. The quarterback, with all of his eligible receivers available, uses the back out of the backfield that time, Greg, to take it to the end zone.
And when your running back, Mike, is a valid threat in the passing game, man, it just gives you so many options. And in this case, it was the running back that was the open target. He's able to put the pass on the money. Easy 6 points.
This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Alert, alert, alert! All 52. It's it!
Allen to throw. And this ball's going to be incomplete. Keon Coleman, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
What's that?
Now Allen to throw on 2nd down. This one intercepted. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. Now Daniels throwing on 1st and 10. Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away and go down as an incompletion. Justin Reed that time with the tight coverage and the good hands. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Throwing is Daniels. crushed. It's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
That's caught. It's Powell. A pickup there of 19 yards. First down, Washington.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success. It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
To the air again is Daniels. This one into the hands of Powell. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route. And then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup. One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Terry McLaurin, the intended target on that one. And that will lead to a second down.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down. Keep it in the air. Here's Daniels. This is caught at the 2. And the Commanders are going to have a first and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll run with Robinson. Trying to find a crease in there. It's a big pile of bodies, but he is going to come up short.
Well, after being stopped for no gain on first down on the ground, Mike, it brings up the question. Second and goal from the 2, what do? I like throwing it. I don't like waiting till third down to air the ball out. So if they want to take a shot at the end zone, I think it's got to be here on second and goal.
Trying to find a crease in there. It's a big pile of bodies, but he is going to come up short.
This offense is finding out the hard way, Mike. There is just not a lot of room to operate against this defense down near the goal line.
So they've been stopped twice at the 1. Can they break through here on third and goal? They'll motion their tight end Johnson. They'll try to run with Robinson. And waiting, no signal. He did not. No, he did not get in. And that's going to bring up 4th and goal.
Let's get a camera on this defensive coordinator, Mike. He's got to be fired up from what he sees from this defense. Huge stop there, no gain, forces a 4th down.
York's kick is good. And the Commanders build their cushion to 10. It's now 17-7.
You know, I think it's safe to say here, Mike, as this offense leaves the field, they wanted to stay out there and go for it. But I think in this case, the coach is playing the long game. He understands that these 3 points now can end up being very valuable as this game moves along.
So they come to the
56,
line
56.
for first down and 10.
Half. Look out.
Here's Allen. He'll find his running back, Cook. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Go. Hey, hold. What's that?
On first down, it's Allen. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Divine Diablo.
I would love to see his weapons do a better job, Mike, especially in the middle of the field, getting open in these zones. I just feel like there's been tight coverage, a lot of little windows to throw through, and yes, anytime you turn the ball over, it's on the quarterback, but the rest of this supporting unit needs to do a better job helping him.
To throw is Daniels on first and 10. He'll go left side here and complete this one. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Throwing on second down, Daniels. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game, just one more thing for the defense to have to defend, make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that.
The RPO, this one to McLaurin. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Throwing again, Daniel. He's got a man down the field. That's Powell. Second time they've connected on this drive, and 19 yards out of this one.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. That's to McLaurin. They connect again. And the Commanders are going to be set up. First and goal. He's out of bounds at the 6-yard line. 14 yards on the pickup there. From 6 yards out, it's first and goal. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. Down to the 4. It'll be 2nd and goal. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. And they'll run out of the gun. Here comes Robinson. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. Third and goal. Third and goal. It's Daniels. And that is punt in the end zone. He's in. Terry McLaurin. Touchdown, Commanders. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A third touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Here's Allen to throw. This one downfield for Kincaid. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
On second down, Allen. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced, and at other times it looks like they've never practiced at all.
Well, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is third and 10. On third down, they go with Cook. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Well, maybe he's counting a little bit, Mike, on this defense being in pass mode, and maybe you can catch him off guard with the run call. In this case, the defense was ready for all of it. They hold them to no gain. They're going to have to bring out the punt team.
This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on downs.
You know, I think there's certain times, Mike, throughout the game that call for a very aggressive style of play. I'm just not quite sure this was one of those situations, but I guess we'll see how it plays out throughout the rest of the game.
Daniels now on first down. In trouble, and down he goes.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Now a short one caught by the tight end Johnson. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Third and long, and here's Daniels. That's deep for the back of the end zone.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning, being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown, and instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Now Allen. He's looking deep for Shakir. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Alert, alert, alert. What's that?
Allen. A short throw caught by Kincaid. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. 2nd and 7. They'll send a tight end in motion. They'll run with Cook. And he'll finally be tracked down at the Bills' 32-yard line. It is a big run by Cook. 35 yards.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
And he'll bring this inside the 30. A gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Throwing is Allen. This one caught by Khalil Shakir. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. Allen to throw. That is hauled in at the 5. And he'll be taken down.
Well, they certainly aren't wasting any time marching down the field. I mean, you only need one hand to count how many plays they've run, and yet they find themselves 1st and goal inside the low red zone.
Allen will throw. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the Commanders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback. They'll take over at the 20-yard line. On 1st down, Daniels. Quick throw here is complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. Over the middle, he's got McLaurin. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. At this level, you just would expect a little bit better execution and accuracy on those intermediate throws. I think he had an opportunity there for a nice pickup. Off target, off rhythm, and ends up getting away from him.
That's made right side. It's Johnson. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
3rd and a yard. It's Daniels. He's got a man. It's McLaurin. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
Really just comes down to everybody understanding the situation. You realize how many yards do I need to get for the first down, and just make sure at least one of my receivers is past the sticks. That's where he went with the ball, and they're able to convert.
On the option, here's Robinson. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Daniels now going to look to throw. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And this is going to set up a long field ahead. Backed up as it is touchdown inside the 10. The tight end Kincaid in motion. Play action. It's Allen. A dive and a catch. Incredible. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a first down.
With wide receivers, I think we spend so much time by talking about their speed and their route running, and of course that's critical, but the ability to not only catch the ball, but to concentrate on the bad throws. We used to have a saying, you get paid to catch the bad ones, and saw a great example of it here, laying out, going down to get this ball, holding on through contact with the ground, and it's a big-time play. Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL, and if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, He's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
He'll get this out quickly to his left. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. Again, it's Allen to the air. That's a pair of hookups on this drive. This one goes for 14 yards and a first down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
On 1st and 10, it's Cook. And he'll be stopped at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. Now Allen. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
Middle.
That's Palmer, the man in motion. From the gun, it's Allen. He connects with Palmer on that one.
These comebacks, they require a lot of trust and timing from everybody involved. If the quarterback's a little too early, the receiver's not out of his break. But if the quarterback's a little too late, that's when disaster can strike. So give credit, really well timed, really nice job by both guys.
Third and long.
Alert!
The tight end Kincaid in motion.
5 wide, 5 wide, 5 wide.
Now Allen facing 3rd and long. This one complete to Palmer. He needed 13, and that's exactly what he got. By the nose of the football, it's a first down.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
Here's 1st and 10. Here's Cook. And he'll get forward for a couple. Frankie Louvu there to make the play defensively. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll go play action here with Allen. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. If he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts. Converted twice on third down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a third time?
Gun. That's it.
Here's Allen to throw. He's got his man. That's Coleman. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So we are through.
Let's go.
On the carry, this is Tyler Algier. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Ready?
Looking to throw here on second and nowhere to go. He is taken down.
What started out as a promising drive seemed inevitable, Mike, with the way they were able to continue to move the ball, that they'd find themselves finishing with points. But after that second down sack brings up third and long, and this drive looks suddenly very different.
Work to do following the sack. It is third and
19
long.
Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Average kick is good. And the Bills are back within 2 scores.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns. Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Here's carry number 1 for the former Bulldog, Zamir White. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down. They will not get this one off. It'll be a delay of game. Now, Ritter to throw on second down. The pressure there got to him. He's hit as he threw it, and that pass falls incomplete.
He just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Ritter. And that is incomplete. And Sinnott was the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
Cade York and the field goal unit coming on the field. This will be just inside 60, a 59-yard field goal attempt. First and 10.
Let's go now.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. That one knocked away and incomplete.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the 4th quarter.
And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9, and 3rd down coming up. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump. And they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.